What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, just welcome. My name is Gemma Jade, but today we're going to be talking about how we know portals exist. Guys, this was the strangest thing that's literally ever happened to me in my entire YouTube career. So my entire writing career. I was just researching things to talk about, and I was like, oh, I did portals in the woods. All of the sudden, it was like the information came up, source material, bam, 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 bam. And this script was written, it's almost 3,000 words, and I wrote it in less than 45 minutes. It was like automatic writing. Something like overtook me, and I had to get this information out. So I hope that it makes sense because I haven't reread it yet because I'm in a time crunch. So here it is. Someone needed to hear this. I don't know if as a collective, but this was very strange because it was like I was barely even looking at the source material. I was just going, it's so crazy. So a portal by definition is, quote, a doorway, gate, or other entrance, especially a large and imposing one, end of quote. It's a way to travel from one place to another. Portals have extremely large funnels of energy traveling through and throughout them, which in my opinion is what cracks the veil and makes it possible for matter, energy, people, and even spirits to come and go as they please. The universe has openings and information can pass through, energetic information as well as anything with matter and or mass. This is all very technical, I know, but I figured it was the best way to explain a little bit more about what I'm going to be discussing with you all today, and also a great segue into the actual focus of this particular video. A lot of the time, these portals open naturally, as I said, through sort of an energetic shift that's so profound and so massive that the veil just cracks and opens up. Portals can be to different realms or dimensions. You could literally travel through space and time when entering one. Portals can also be opened up purposefully with certain rituals being performed with this very goal and purpose in mind, that being opening up a portal. I'll only say about that if it's something you are thinking about trying to do, I would advise you to reconsider unless you are extremely well versed in portals and where the one you would be opening goes to. You never know what you could be letting in or out. Ouija boards, they're like instant portal, right? Instant portal. I was going to say gateway, but I mean, it's the same thing, right? Also, before purposefully entering one that you didn't even open yourself, be wise and be sure again that you know where it is you're traveling to. You're never guaranteed a way back. Just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it. While it may be a hard concept to wrap our heads around, mainly because everything we've been taught was right or wrong, or that we can and can't do from the time basically we were born, it's a fact that what we do here highly impacts the spirit realm, which we are very closely connected to and which we very much affect as well. We are very much physically impacted by the spirit realm, by other realms. Equal give and take. Like with everything else, it boils down to energy. Now, while some people use the words portal and vortex interchangeably, I believe that there's just a slight difference. The vortex is the energy that's used to open the portal or to keep it open. That's the best way I can explain it. So here is the basic definition of vortex. Quote, a mass of whirring fluid or air, especially a whirlpool or whirlwind, end of quote. The thing is, not everyone can see these mass whirlwinds or whirlpools, but most people, again, whether they're aware of it or not, can feel them. I'm going to speak on vortexes and portals and whether or not people can actually be portals themselves. I'm also researching right now for a video on triangles like the Alaskan, Bermuda, and Bennington, to name the most popular three. Now, I believe, and I stand firm in the belief, that everyone is born with certain gifts. Though I believe everyone has slightly different gifts when they're born, I believe it simply talks out of us from the time we are born. Like seeing spirits, and your mom and dad are like, oh, that's an imaginary friend, they don't exist, or stop talking about that, or, we're gonna have to send you to a psychiatrist, or ghosts don't exist. There is no monster in your closet, Gemma. Now, getting to the first thing that I believe proves that there are portals to other dimensions, realities, realms, whatever you want to call them, and that is that thing that you can only say in French. What's it called? Deja vu. You all know what I'm talking about, right? According to Dr. Mikio Kaku, and I'm sorry, I probably butchered that, an American futurist and theoretical physicist, this mysterious phenomenon of deja vu could be explained with two words: parallel universes. Mainly a person's ability to, quote, flip between them, end quote. Most unwillingly and without even knowing they're doing it or have done it. Now, this phenomenon can also be explained by other things. I always thought it to be that it was our guide's way, our spirit guides or our angel's way of letting us know that we were right on track with our predetermined and pre-written out charts, our destiny. But we all have to keep an open mind, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. What do you guys think about deja vu? Let me know in the comments below. Parallel universes are said to be simply vibrating at different frequencies than our own physical reality. I'm a huge believer in this, because everything I have come to know simply by the gifts I was born with, and that never quite went away like most of the people I know. Isn't it possible that just for a split second, a tiny moment second in time, we could vibrate on a different wavelength and accidentally enter into one of these alternate realities? I know and feel what my energetic vibration is at all times, and I know it changes drastically when I'm overtired, annoyed, and especially when I'm very angry. Gemma smash. I know what you guys are thinking. I think most psychics would agree with me there, but I really don't know. If you're a psychic, again, let me know in the comments. So, aside from deja vu, what could be some other clues that lead to the existence of other portals? Once to alternate realities or dimensions and realms. Well, how about hauntings? This is the main one that many people point to, and that many of you would most likely think of immediately when asked how we know there are other realms and other planes of existence aside from our own. How likely is it that this is all just one big coincidence? The spiritualist movement, paranormal investigators, psychics, just your average everyday person who's haunted or whose home is haunted by one entity or another. These entities have to be coming from somewhere and going to somewhere, right? They have to be. The whole vanishing into thin air thing, we don't put any stock into it when it comes to people in the woods who vanish, right? We say they probably went through portals or were abducted by aliens, something, but it's never that they actually just disintegrate into thin air, right? There are so many places all over the world where there is so much activity going on, it's impossible to deny something is going on that's outside of our realm of quote unquote normal as far as what we consider to be so as the whole of humanity, right? Skinwalker Ranch. That's all I'm going to say. This can't all be separately in our heads. Like, we're all imagining ghosts, like the same exact thing. It's too massive to even think it could be a coincidence. I can't even wrap my head around it being a coincidence to even try to defend that position. I can't do it. Being a psychic since birth and having had contact almost every single day of my life with one spirit or demon or something or another, I couldn't even begin to explain to you because our human vocabulary has had no words in any language known to man for me to do so. I know for an absolute fact that these other dimensions exist just based on my own experiences with these other entities. I'm sure many of you think or even know that other dimensions exist as well, or you probably wouldn't be watching this. If you aren't a believer, then you probably have an idea. Like I always say to you skeptics in my audience, if after watching this video you aren't any closer to being a believer, then I hope at least you gained some knowledge and had a good time anyways. I'm not looking to change minds here, at least not in these videos. There's video and photographic evidence that these beings and entities do exist. Some evil, some good, and some in between. How could anyone be so egotistical and narcissistic to think that we, the human race, are all there is in the universe, like that we're it? I'll never understand that, but let's move on. If you believe in what I'm saying, for whatever reason it is you do so, everyone has their own reasons for being active in this particular field of the paranormal, then it stands to reason too that you know that this is not new information, and what I'm presenting here to you are not new ideas, not by a long shot. In fact, other dimensions that closely resemble our own reality that we're aware of and live through on a daily basis, the idea of this goes back to Greek philosophers such as Plato, who is tentatively said to have been born in the year 424 or 423 BC, and who possibly died in 348 or 347 BC. That's a long time ago, and he was proposing this exact thing that I'm presenting here to you all today. Princeton University graduate Hugh Everett in 1954 gave a mathematical proposition explaining how and why these other dimensions and the portals leading to and from them actually do exist. A few years later, a man named Bryce Seligman DeWitt presented Everett's mathematical theory on this to the masses, and it actually became known as the, quote, many worlds interpretation, end quote. The many worlds interpretation. Okay, so we discussed deja vu, ghosts, and hauntings, but what are some other clues that portals to alternate dimensions actually exist? Third clue, our own dreams. Yep, that's right, I said it. Come for me if you want to. Come at me. Y'all know where I stay at. Trying to figure out what dreams are and how to interpret them has been a pastime for millennia now. What are the true meanings behind our dreams? Ancient Greeks and Romans believed that dreams were a means used by the gods to send their messages to mankind. This isn't unlike what many of us believe here in this community, or at least those of you who are on this channel who I've had the pleasure of speaking to. I don't know if this is all dreams are, though, but it could be a part of it. If they are a way for the gods or God or even deceased loved ones and ancestors to communicate with us, then it stands to reason that they have to be able to enter our dreams somehow, or that we would have to travel astrally, and astral projection is coming on my other channel, to another realm or dimension in order to have contact with them. We would have to be vibrating at their frequency or they to ours in order for this to be true. In ancient China, dreams were thought to be a way for people to visit the realm of the dead. I also very much agree with this theory because I know for a fact that this is a way that spirit uses to communicate messages with us. How many times do I tell you guys on the Wednesday night stream? Spirit, deceased loved ones, ancestors, someone, your guides trying to communicate with you through your dreams because you haven't been getting the message otherwise. I say it at least once a week. And you guys know I'm right. Our guides and deceased loved ones, and again, our ancestors too, using our dreams to communicate messages to and through us. Certain Mexican civilizations, as well as many Native American tribes, hold firm to the belief that dreaming is simply visiting another world, or all different ones, night after night while we sleep. Again, just to impart my knowledge of my inner knowing based on my own personal experiences as well, this is also true. In essence, all of the aforementioned people basically believed the same thing. I know that spirit leaves the body while we are asleep. How boring would it be to simply have to lie there while our physical bodies were at rest like that, right? This is almost common knowledge in this field at this point. Where does our spirit go? Well, wherever it wants, wherever it needs to go, to be more exact. It goes to obtain information we need from who or whatever we need it from. Messages we aren't getting while we are awake. Ever wake up from a dream or sleeping or a deep sleep with a sudden jolt for no apparent reason? Yeah, that's your spirit being like, oh crap, they're waking up now prematurely. Better jump back in there. It's your spirit re-entering your body. Facts. Ever have recurring dreams of places you've never visited while awake, or places you've never even heard of, but that after waking up and doing a bit of research you find out actually do exist? This isn't uncommon at all. Isn't it possible that, kind of like with the aforementioned deja vu phenomenon, these dreams are simply momentary glimpses of our own experiences while in these alternate dimensions? Could you be traveling there while asleep, yet while there on that plane, you're awake, and that is the existence you're living? The self that lives in your dream goes to sleep and dreams of momentary glimpses of the here and now as you perceive it. There is also prophetic dreaming, not just of major world events and not just by psychics or seers. I'm talking about average, everyday people going to sleep and dreaming of something personal that comes to pass a day, a week, a month, or two later. It's not just you. It's not a big coincidence that so many people are having these prophetic dreams, especially lately with that consciousness shift I've been talking about so much. I cannot wait to delve deeper into dreams on MoonBear, my other channel, MoonBearOracle. These prophetic dreams may actually be something you're remembering that happened on an alternate timeline earlier than it's happening here, and somehow both or all versions of you in each of these timelines happen to be at the same point in life doing and experiencing the same things. This is all speculation for now, but scientists are working hard on studying dreams and what they are, how they work, and what they mean, and many are now at least open to exploring the theories that dreams could in fact be connected somehow to our own alternate realities and realms. It's possible that in the not so distant future, scientists could actually be able to prove that dreams are just crude views of an alternate world a version of us exists in. I want to start this off by saying that some of you are going to go nuts in the comments talking about how there are no such thing as black holes, and that's fine if you subscribe to that theory. If that's the case and you are so confident in that theory that you aren't even willing to entertain the slightest notion of anything contrary to that, perhaps you should switch off now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Black holes and gravity in general are the last things that I have for you, in this video at least, that might prove portals to other realms and dimensions actually exist. What modern science has been telling us is that there are 4 dimensions. 3 are of space and 1 is of time. I have problems with this theory because, again, I know with absolute certainty there are so many more dimensions than that, but I am also keeping an open mind, and just for the purposes of this video, am willing to entertain this 4-dimension theory. Physicists tell us there are 4 forces that control the way particles interact with each other. They are electromagnetism, strong and weak nuclear forces, and gravity. It's still a huge mystery as to why gravity is the weakest of the 4, but alas, it definitely is. Many physicists believe the answer as to why gravity seems to be the weakest link in this 4-rung chain is because we may only be experiencing a tiny fraction of it. They say the rest of its force must exist in an alternate dimension or in an alternate dimensions and realities in which we can only partially conceive. It has to exist somewhere. The we in that sentence, meaning some of us who can readily and easily perceive such things, and those of us who accidentally do it, like with dreaming or accidental astral travel, walking through portals, traveling through vortexes, etc. I know for some of you the idea of alternate dimensions and portals to alternate dimensions can be overwhelming, scary, and something straight out of a sci-fi book or movie. Guys, I'm telling you though, never stop searching for answers, okay? Never just accept what's being spoon-fed to you, all right? Whatever your opinions, beliefs, theories, I accept you, okay? I respect it because nothing's off the table at this point. These are just ways that we could prove. This could all be completely wrong. Proving the existence of these portals and of the dimensions themselves could very well be the secret to explaining so many things in this world which are, as of now, unexplainable. It could explain why the universe is, and this is an absolute fact, expanding at a much faster rate than expected, and why gravity is the weakest of all the incredibly strong forces of nature. For as strong as gravity is, or at least seems to be, that would really be saying something. Again, that's my humble opinion. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. As I explained earlier, it was almost like automatic writing while flipping through massive amounts of source material and research. I have never, in all my researching or writing, have ever been this laser focused on getting something out to you all. And like I said, I actually wrote this entire 2,600 word plus script in less than 45 minutes. I'm not sure why, but it was important. So here it is. Let me know if you want more on dreams and portals and alternate dimensions, etc. Feel free to suggest things to me through email and comments, as I'm always flying blind when thinking up new topics for these videos. I'm going to be more diligent in the near future with responding to comments and checking them in general. I always forget unless I see one pop up on my push notifications if I just happen to be looking at my phone at that particular time. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and spread the love by sharing this video. Also, please go on over to MoonBearOracle and subscribe. That is my other channel. I will try again to put the link either in a pinned comment or in the description box below. Speaking of the description box, in there you will find links to the other things that I do throughout the week. Right here on this channel, Wednesday nights, 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 1-card pull, intuitive oracle reading free for anyone who comes in and wants one. It's a beautiful community. I'm so proud that I was part of cultivating it. Everyone's just so amazing. My son, my 17-year-old son, is now joining me for a few weeks or for however long. So that's awesome. Check that out. If you never caught it live, go on and just click on it and see if it's something you're interested in. I haven't been there in a few weeks because of certain things going on in my life. But Paranormal Chop Shop on Friday nights with Sunny Conway, Papa Willie, Chad Smith, Jake Smith, Go on over there. Friday nights, I'm there from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time, usually when I'm there, but they go much later. Amazing guys. I love those guys. Those are my guys, okay? My brother channels, UFO Garage with Big Willie, the Chad Smith podcast. Go on over, subscribe. Spaghetti Lee, Trippy Times with Josh Casey, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. I mean, I can name all of them. Bigfoot and on. I want to get a list and just tell you guys, go. Cassie, Oracles and Beyond. Check them out. Also, on Saturday and Sunday nights from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time, I am on Spaced Out Radio hosting the After Hours show with Big Willie Townsend, the fedorable fedora-wearing John Hudson, and the beautiful Thin Lizzie Borden. Okay, it's an amazing time. The Woo train just runs right through. We have fun. We laugh. We cry. We delve into the weird and the strange, let me tell you. And we top it all off with the Idiot to Criminal of the Week. Also in the description box, you will find ways to donate to the channel. You will find my Patreon, my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Amazon wish list gift link. Thank you everyone who has donated or sent me a gift or whatever. Today is February 26th while I'm filming this. It'll probably be out on February 28th. And my birthday is March 1st. So yay, Pisces season, whoop whoop. March 1st, baby. I'm not going to tell y'all how old I am, even though most of you already know. Should we play Guess My Age in the comments? I'm rambling again. I do this at the end of every video. Most of you probably flipped off already. You will find links to the Kindle and paperback version of my book, Missing the Faith Theory, on Amazon down in the description box, as well as if you have any supernatural or paranormal encounters that you would like to share with me to become part of my listener encounter series, please email them to me at GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com, all one word. Guys, it's been a while since I released a listener encounters, but I finally have enough, and 15 should be out next week or the week after. If you would like a personal intuitive oracle reading from me, please email me at MoonBearOracle@gmail.com, MoonBearOracle, all one word, @gmail.com. Also, if you would like to talk about anything spiritual or anything that's bothering you on your mind, hit me up at any of the, or either of the two emails. So now that I've rambled on and on, like I said, I wasn't going to do at the end of my videos anymore. I'm going to leave you guys here, leave you with all of this information to sift through and research more on. So I was asked by Bigfoot and on, Connor himself, my old husband from a past life. We have some past life connections there as husband and brother and sister, two separate lives, not the same one. But anyway, he asked me if I could premiere the longer videos, and I was like, wow, you guys actually want to, because I was premiering them for a while and I thought that it was like live, like I had to be there, but you guys want to chat during the video, and I think that is so awesome. So I'm going to start premiering the videos that are longer than like 10 or 12 minutes. Guys, be kind to each other. It doesn't cost anything. It can make you feel amazingly good. Be kind to yourselves first and foremost. Smile at a stranger. Always go in grace. Have your best day. Have your best night. And I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye.